Alrighty, hello everyone. Hi. Let me change my music. Oh, I hit my camera earlier too. Oh my gosh, we're gonna work on these strawberries today. You can't really see the pink one that well, but we're gonna foil them and we're gonna solder them. It's gonna be great. They have their little strawberry hats. I posted on my Instagram story last night, and my goodness, and in the Discord. Alright, there we go. Got our music going. But hello, how is everyone? Hi Dan, welcome. The fruitiest of all the berries is the Northwest Southern strawberry. Yes. So we have our iridescent red strawberry, and this is his hat, his strawberry hat. Oh my god, look at him. Bless his heart. Hi Kara, I am glad you like it. I'm extra obsessed with the pink one. Because of his little red seeds. And then look at his little red hat. Or not his red hat. What am I saying? Hi Kate, welcome! I don't even know the words coming out of my mouth. Look at him! Oh my god. The red one's cute too, but I don't know. I'm partial to the pink one. I'm so glad you all like them. Last night when I was painting the seeds for this one, the whole time I was just like, I was making that noise. Let me pour myself a little bit more water, and then we will go ahead and get to foiling and get to soldering. How's everyone doing today? I hope you all are doing well. Bonkersly amazing. Thank you. I'm so pleased with them. Look at so cute. I could just cry. I could just about cry. Yeah, I don't know. I'm partial to this pink one. The red one is precious, but the pink one just has that special little like... Ugh. Hi Megs! The party can now start. How are you doing, Miss Megs? Welcome in. What happens if the foil goes over your painting? It is what it is. It just gets covered, and you just have to be kind of careful about whenever you're soldering, because sometimes the solder will like to stick to the paint. But if you're careful and you just like hold the iron at an angle, it's not a big deal. I think it'll, because the foil will cover one of the seeds down here and then one of the seeds down here. So. Alright, I'm gonna sit down for the foiling part. I baked these bad boys today in prep for this stream. Yay! Yes, glasswork for everyone. I'm glad to be of motivation. I soldered... What? The angle of the dangle? I soldered the two Monstera leaves that we made earlier this week. Last week. I need to clean them off though, but I'll go grab them at some point and then show them off. Show them off because I slaughtered them and they're so cute. It's the pink one. 2 pink ones. Ooh, broccoli and cheese soup. 2 hours gardening and now can't move my arms as they're still weak after surgery. Oh no. Bless your heart. Foiling will have to wait. Yeah, foiling, that's a no. No. I like think about that sometimes. Just like what would happen if I like got into like an accident or something, or like
oh yeah.
Oh, thank you for rating or hosting, Nona. I appreciate that. Like what would happen if I like fell and like broke my arm? Like I would be out of commission for so long. Oh my god. I pray that nothing like that ever happens. I would have to find a way to work around it, but my goodness. I have to go do errands, but I shall lurk. Thank you so much for the lurk. Have fun running errands. Hi Emma, thank you. Hey, thank you, Nona. I appreciate that. I'm so glad. We're gonna solder these bad boys up today. I'm so excited. Look at them. I just like can barely contain myself. Yeah, last night when I was painting these, I think I interrupted myself. I'm not putting anything, like, knock on wood always, but it's like, I literally think about it. I have anxiety all the time because I'm in the mindset of if I at least, like, nothing can surprise me if I think about it, right? So, like, maybe that's just my, like, turbo anxiety, but, like, we have stairs, 3 stairs going up to our trailer, and I have almost fallen out of our trailer twice, and it's, like, they're, like, tall steps, so I think about it. I almost tripped. I opened the door yesterday or the other day. I can't remember what it was. I almost tripped, and Brian like watched it happen, and I was like, I almost just fell out of the trailer, and he's like, don't do that, please. So nothing can surprise you if you're always expecting the worst, although I put out the best energy possible for that to never happen. It is really bad. My husband asked if there's anything he can do to help me with my glassing, suggested foiling. No. I'm so much of a control freak. I could never have Brian foil for me. I'd be like, that's wrong. And yeah, thank you, Cindy. I hope they do. I'm only gonna make these 2, so that way they're a little bit more rare. How did you make out in your trailer with the cold weather? Oh, it was awful. It was so awful. It was fine. We have a little heater in there, but my god. At night, because, like, you know, it's a travel trailer, so it's, like, there's nothing underneath it. There's no foundation. And at night, when it was, like, it would be, like 10 p.m., and it'd be, like, in the low 30s. Like, I think it was... When it got really cold, it was like 30 degrees right when we were going to bed, and which for my Celsius people is like -2 Celsius, and the floor was just like radiating cold. Like the floor was like a sheet of ice. Oh god. It was terrible. But we got through it. I'm really, honestly really excited that it's gonna be warm again, and it is warm again. It was just a little bit too cold for me. Also, hello, Sarah, how are you? And yeah, no, Kate, it's not just you. It's not just you. I'm very much a control freak, but it's like, it's because it's like, you know, it's my business, right? I can't have low quality product going out. Is there any way we can get a slight twist out of lead cane? Stretching it didn't get out unless I didn't stretch it enough. Yeah, you have to stretch it more. There's a lead cane stretcher that you can get, because a lot of times with the thicker stuff, it's really hard to hand pull the slack out. So there's like this thing that you can get that screws into the table, and then you can like, it like pulls out the tension. Also, hi Jessie. Yes, StrawBEARies. Yeah, Megs, it's been, I mean, it's like we're camping, and our water heater has been broken for a few months now. So we used our water heater like 10 times, and then we didn't need to use it for a while, and now it's just like broken, which we read is a really common thing. Like, it's just, they want you to bring trailers in to like fix them at the dealership. So Brian's been troubleshooting it, but like it just hasn't, we just haven't figured it out. So I haven't taken a hot shower since like we go to the gym and I'll take a hot shower, but I've been taking blistering cold showers for a few months now. I don't have heat in my home, but you're probably colder in the trailer. Strawberry bears are adorable. Thank you. 3/4 of an inch, but it can be pulled too thin. Use the vise. Sir Charles, howdy do. All right, so these are good. There's a few fingerprints that I left with my grimy little hands, so I'll have to get those fingerprints off before we really start. You need to get a bigger dog. Oh god, I can't imagine having a big, like, I wanted this lab mastiff at my old job. He was up for adoption, and when I've like told Brian this, that I'm so glad we didn't end up getting him, because it would be so much more cramped in there with a big dog. So much. I'm allergic to dogs too, so Evan is just the right size for, like, he's like a little furnace, but he's tiny, so he doesn't get his like dander everywhere. We've been cold down here too, but not as cold as you have. No. Hi Caitlin, how are you? Thank you, thank you. Let me make sure you can see this what I'm actually doing. But yeah, it has been really cold, but it's fine. I just wore, like, I've been wearing a ton of layers. But I think, honestly, I think that's why I got sick, is because it's just been so cold in our house, even with our heater on. Yeah, and Charlie, that's a good idea. I've seen people have like little things that they put around the base of their trailer, and now I understand why. But it is what it is. I think we're gonna have some pretty warm weather for a while, so but yeah, I think that's why I got cold. Like, I was just like, my body was trying so hard to maintain homeostasis that I just like could not fight off whatever I got sick with. But yeah, I am doing really well, Caitlin. Thank you so much for asking. I'm feeling a lot better. I sound really sick, but it's just like residual congestion that I feel fine. Like, I'm gonna work out today after the stream, and like I feel perfect, other than just sounding like So yeah, feeling great. Feeling just fine. My vote is for the deep red one. Hi Kyle, welcome. I'm so glad you like them, my little strawberries. Oh god, I can't even handle it. Where did my fid go? Let's use this one. No. Some brother husbands, no freaking way. I would honestly, I would be more okay with there being more ladies. Like, if I'm not okay with that at all, but I would rather have him have another wife That way it could at least stay clean. Be like, oh, alright, you can help clean today. More husbands equals more beard hair and more nonsense. Could not handle it. Could not. This darn foil tears all the time. This is thinner foil. I guess it's not, honestly, it's not super noticeable. I think I should be able to fill that in. Start a SunBear cult. No! As I'm looking at you foiling, I still can't foil like you. I tried it, but then gave up. I'll try again. I saw a YouTube video on foiling. Apparently, the way I'm doing it is wrong. I've seen people, I remember, I think it was you who described it, where like, I literally can't do it the other way. Let me make sure you can actually see what I'm doing. Lord help me. Hello, it's the SunBear. Hi Larry, how you doing? Also, hi Cassie, how are you? Yeah, I'd rather there be another lady if we are gonna talk about that. I would way rather have a sister wife. Help keep things clean. It'd be great. Probably smaller in stature, not some big man taking up more space. But that'll never happen. No, that'll never happen. Not into it. I'm only entertaining the conversation because it came up. But that would literally never happen. Ever. Good. We are doing great. We're just working on these StrawBEARies. I'm gonna try not to take forever with foiling. That way we can actually solder these bad boys. I'm gonna just move this a little bit further away so I can do this here. What kind of patina are you thinking for these guys? I am probably going to keep them silver. I'm thinking silver. Copper. I considered copper for the pink one, but as copper ages, it gets really dark, and I don't know if I want that. So I think I'm gonna keep it silver for both of them. It would be a nightmare, Charlie. It really would be a nightmare. Not into it. As have extra Mr. SunBears, but extra Mrs. Bears are impossible. No. I don't want anyone to take this out of context. Not into any of it. But I was saying from a practical point of view, extra dudes would just be too messy. It's too messy. Have you ever painted solder? I have not. No! Alright, I'm cutting this conversation off. No more talking about that. I'm not talking about this anymore. We're talking about strawberries and fruit berries, and that's it. Fruit bears. I refuse to partake anymore. Yeah. Look at my fid has a butt. It's got a booty. Ugh. Goats. Goats are just gross. Sorry, like I wouldn't want to have one inside. I'm allergic to goats too. I'm perfectly fine with just like I hoard cold weather clothing like it's nobody's business. So I'm fine with just layering up. But yeah, a lot of people, I mean, like we are we're roughing it to a certain degree. I've just gotten used to it. The subscription level would be incredible. Before using copper patina, do you do a special wash with baking soda or some other agent? I heard that baking soda wash gives a less pinkish finish. I've never done a baking soda wash. I use magic erasers / melamine sponges. It's like what they're made of. And I use that to abrase the surface. And that way, whenever I do the copper patina, it goes on really, really evenly and smoothly. I've never heard of the baking soda wash, but I'm actually now kind of interested. Because I'd like to see how that changes it. Oh, Kate, I go to town on burnishing my pieces. My fids are destroyed. I mean, you can see it here. This is from when I did all of the honeycombs and I would do the edges. Are you going to make an edible arrangement style SunBear arrangement? No, I don't think so. Hey, Nanu, thank you. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? Did you guys get a lot of snow? Artie RV live chat. Artie RV. Is that the couple? Is that the couple that does like they do traveling stained glass or something? I don't think I've really watched any of their videos, but I'm kind of familiar with their concept. Good morning. How are you? Only got a dusting. Gotcha. I know that there's parts that got like 3 feet of snow, which just sounds like complete torture. Six inches, nothing much. New Jersey got 18. Yeah. When I first got back into glassing 6 months ago after 20 years off, I watched only your videos to remind myself how to foil. I think foiling is really satisfying. But yeah, I know that I saw someone else foiling a certain way and I like just can't even conceptualize how they do it other than the way that I do it. I forget who I saw doing it. It was someone live streaming. Oh, it was Wazworks on Twitch. Doing good unpacking. How was your weekend? Did you guys have fun in Vegas? We are allergic to people's Been in the business for over 30 years. Stained glass studio in Conway, South Carolina. He has so much knowledge. Very cool. I'm super terrible, and I'm really bad about checking out other people's channels, just because I'm really hesitant, because I don't want to, like, steal other people's ideas or whatever. So, do they make stained glass events? Events? What do you mean? Ooh, speaking of events, I am going this weekend. I am going to a huge art festival, and I'm so excited. You have no idea. I've been wanting to go to this thing for years. I've been once before, and I finally remembered, and I'm so excited. Vegas is always fun. Just ate our way through it. I got around 20 inches. It was a great weekend. I worked on glass projects all weekend. I let my husband and son deal with the snow. That's how you gotta do it. If we move up north, that's what I'm gonna be like, Brian, you're dealing with it. You're gonna go shovel. I'm not as interested in going to a show for my, like, and doing a booth of my own art, if that's what you're saying, Larry. Just because, like, I have all of my online stuff going on, and going into an in-person thing and, like, setting up a booth, like, I just feel like it would be a lot, a lot of work. But I am gonna go to this art festival and check out, I'm gonna make sure I bring my business cards. There's a National Stained Glass Association. I work for a past president. Yes! Yes! Mount Dora! I'm going to the Strawberry Festival in Plant City! Oh, I know! The Strawberry Festival is so much fun. I haven't been to the Strawberry Festival in quite a few years. But yeah, it's so much fun. Strawberry color! Yes! Yes. Yeah, definitely, like, for the connections and stuff, it's good, but I'm gonna go this weekend and have myself a grand old time and try to support some little small businesses and artists and stuff. I'm, actually gonna spend money on myself, which I'm excited about. I'm gonna try to find some cute, practical, maybe some jewelry, maybe some, like a mug or something, and someone makes swoosh. Yes, swoosh the like button, just like that. Evening from the Alps, 32 and avalanche warnings. Oh my gosh, bless your heart, Bill. Welcome. So, Brian, if you're just now joining and you're watching, we were talking about how it's been really cold, and they were, like, saying that we need more brother husbands, and I was like, I'm not doing that. If anything, I would have sister wives, because I just don't want to deal with, like, men and messiness and stinky farts. And everyone was freaking out about it. So, and then I said that would never actually happen. Never actually happen. Yes, Mags, Mount Dora is this weekend. Hi, Jupiter. Yes, this is a strawberry. 2 strawberries, specifically. Avalanches are honestly terrifying to me. Like, sometimes I'll go on those, like, kind of rabbit hole videos, like video rabbit holes. It's like a sister wife. Like, they say, like, what is that? Like, Mormons have sister wives. Like, the guy will have a bunch of wives, and they're like sister wives. So they're saying brother husbands, like the opposite of a sister wife. Brian. Poor Brian. One for cooking, one for cleaning. Yeah, exactly. See, Cindy gets it. Cindy gets it. It'll never happen. But it's a funny thing to talk about. All right, yep, we're going. Like his sister wife, just with weenie. I refuse to talk about this anymore. Time out, y'all. Time out. You're getting unruly. Alright, we're gonna use our thinner foil for the little hats. Little leaf hats. Back to bears. Back to bears. Oh my god. Y'all can keep talking about it, but I am going back to my bears. God bless it. I think you just need to get a Rosie the maid robot like the Jetsons. Yeah, there you go. What have I done? What have I done? Hear, hear, to our wives and girlfriends, may they never meet. Bless you, Charlie. Bless your heart. Alright, these are the tiniest little pieces I could have possibly made. Classic me. Look at that. Look at that. It's so little. It doesn't even fill up a full saltine. Can always hire a cleaning and cooking service. Honestly, if we had to hire a cooking and cleaning service for a cleaning service even for our 100 square foot living situation, I would that would be so too much. That would be ridiculous. We can deep clean our house in like 2 hours. It's awesome. It used to take me like a whole day just to deep clean like half of our old house. But yeah, these pieces are so absurdly tiny. How would you keep them apart if they're working in the same house? I know. I know. To boot this off, I was just saying I was cold. My god. Oh. It made sense in my brain, Kate. It made sense. Do you wax your pieces? And how do they hold up with the paint? I do! I polish everything. And the paint holds up just fine as long as the paint isn't too thin. So if you paint on super, I've done super tiny, delicate little details before, and the paint has come off when I polished it. And that was when I painted these little veins on these bee wings. I learned my lesson, and now I really make sure that like I layer on the paint and make it really thick, because otherwise it'll just come off, even after baking. Do you have your Streamlabs set up here? Yes, I do. I use Streamlabs. And I use something called Restream to broadcast out to DLive, Twitch, and YouTube. And yes, these pieces are tiny. You can barely stand how tiny they are. Hi, Jim. Welcome. How are you? Peviovicia 160. Greatest paint ever. Hopefully, also greatest sponsor ever. Maybe one day. Man, we would be so much farther. Yeah, Brian came in and told me that this whole mat looks like saltine crackers, and then I could never unsee it. So it's like a little, they're like little saltines. And now everyone is now going to not be able to unsee it as well. When foiling, how do you prevent the corners from coming up or making sure they are flat without tearing? Mine either tear or don't flatten as well as the rest of the piece. So I, for my corners, what I do is I completely tuck in the side, the first side. Also, let me make sure I read the other messages. I'm really confused. I saw another forum that people were saying waxing and polishing were the worst part of the process for them. Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about either, because polishing is really easy. So I literally, if they think polishing is worse than grinding, then, or like worse than foiling, then they probably have like really bumpy solder, and it sucks to polish bumpy solder. But yeah, so what I do for my corners is I will lay a side down. God, this is the worst piece I could possibly be trying to explain this with. But I completely lay a side down and I tuck in the foil, and then I will fold the corner over that. So really you want to make sure that you're just like folding them over. And then sometimes you'll be left with, like, you can see this little point on the corner here, on this side. What I'll do, if there is like a little point that's too hard, I'll just push it down on the table, and that'll flatten it out, and then your corner is nice and good. Sorry, like I said, that I tried to explain that on the tiniest piece I possibly could. But there were some sharp corners, and I felt like it was a good way to teach. Yeah, someone suggested floor polish. I can't remember what kind. I would have to go through my comments. Someone suggested floor polish, and I really want to try it. They said it's like way shinier than anything wax-based, carnauba wax-based. Oh, alright, moving on from these tiny pieces. Any tips for polishing black patina? I feel like I'm rubbing some of the color off and making it dull. I don't. I definitely, like, if you let it dry, you shouldn't have any problems. Oh my god. I saw a chick cleaning with glass in flux with vinegar and whiting powder, and she swears by it. Yeah, car polish. Well, so I have endorsed turtle wax before as well, because it's carnauba wax based. So there's that. I'm sorry, the messages were like moving so fast. I don't even know who to reply to. I have been applying my patina with a toothbrush, and while I don't like how much it sprays everywhere, I've been like doing it at an angle. The toothbrush has been a really, really good way to like get the patina really dark. But yeah, I think if the patina is coming off whenever you're polishing, I think it's because you're probably not prepping it enough beforehand. I personally, I always have a problem with black patina. Do you rinse off the patina and then let it dry? Yeah, baking soda, salt, all good things. I put my patina on and then I rinse it off pretty quickly because patina can discolor your glass. So I apply it, and then basically once I'm done applying it to the piece, then I go and rinse it off. Once I rinse it off, then I'll let it dry, and I'll use like a microfiber towel to dry it and pat it dry, and then I'll go ahead and polish it. And I used to, like, I used to have a problem with it coming off whenever I polished, but I don't have that problem anymore, and I think it's because I started using the magic eraser to buff the solder before I apply the patina. I recently tried your magic sponge and it helps pull the flux off better than just soap and water. Yeah, for sure. I use I use soap and water, like I wash everything off. Some people dry clean, they clean their patina off with like a cloth and they don't wash it again, but I wash mine twice. So I use soap and water to wash off the flux, let it dry. I buff out all of the solder with the magic eraser, and then when I apply the patina, I wash it again, and I have a different sponge for washing patina than the flux. And you're welcome. I'm trying my best to answer all these questions. Contacted Novacan. They said use baking soda with water before using patina on the solder. Oh, cool. I'll definitely try that. If that's like another thing I can add to my repertoire, then I will absolutely try it. Yeah, so that was another stained glass artist. One of the guys that works at the place I used to go get supplies at. He said like you can dry clean with like the patina, and that's what I used to do, and then I was like, this is stupid, this takes forever. I was using a Q-tip. I'm able to get my patina pretty dark, so I'm excited to see if I can get it even darker, especially the copper. Because copper would be really cute with these. Would be very, very cute. Baking soda is a base, so it will counteract the acid in the flux. That makes sense. Science. Yay, science. I have plenty of baking soda, so we might, I don't know, if I do end up doing a patina on this, I might try that. Today. It's like this never-ending cacophony of chicken noises outside of my shed. Like, I've been editing the video that I've been working on forever now, and there's just like chicken and geese noises all the time. Like, I'll just be editing, and it's just like, just like, stop. Yes. The full scientific breakdown. Love it. I have had very limited success with copper. Maybe the age of the bottle is important. Yeah, copper, even with like the methods that I have that I feel like are pretty fail-safe, I still will sometimes have issues with copper. But it is what it is. Sometimes it's just tricky, it's just difficult. It just doesn't want to listen. There's just so many little things that can happen when you're applying patina. Like, there's so many little factors that goes into it that I think that's why it can just be hard to control every factor, especially if you're like rushing through something, you're trying to finish it. Did you make any new designs for Valentine's Day? Yes, I did. Well, I haven't made any, like, I haven't drawn anything. I put something out on my Patreon, which I'm gonna check with my patrons, and I'm gonna see if they're okay with me putting some of my patterns on Etsy. Just because I have so many patterns on there. Hi, Amy! Thank you so much! I might release the Heart Heiny pattern for free. Just because, like, it's really easy to draw. It's just a butt with a heart out of a heart. So I might offer the booty heart, like, just put it up for free somewhere. I think that took me maybe a minute to draw, or so, like maybe less than 5 minutes. So that could be something I offer. And then I drew like this little pattern. This little heart rose pattern for Patreon. Also, I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. We're just getting these little bears foiled. Aren't they so cute, Amy? Their little hats. My God. Their little berry hats. Very cute little hats. But yeah, if you're talking about patterns for selling, I have not made any dedicated patterns for the shop yet, but I do plan on it. And I don't know if y'all saw these the other day, but I finished the hearts. They have lead came around them, and they're so cute, even though they won't focus. So here's all of our little hearts that we made for Valentine's Day. This one's I think this one's my favorite. Oh, we were talking about Care Bears last night, Brian and I want to know if anyone watched Care Bears back in the day, because I was asking Brian what he thought the Bikini Bears, what he thought, which bear he thought that I was. I wanted him to say that I was Funshine Bear, but he said that I was... Which one did he say I was? Now I can't remember. I had a Lucky Bear plush too. Do you have any beginner project recommendations to someone who has everything except for a grinder? I would say probably something with straight edges, maybe like a geometric type thing. Having a grinder is pretty important just because you need to rough up those edges for the foil. But maybe something with straight edges so you don't have to worry about like fixing up the edges with the grinder. Some sort of geometric thing. Care Bear stare. I actually had a SunBear plush. Funshine Bear, Lionheart, and a few others. I cannot remember what he said. Hold on, let me look up the bears. Because I was like, I wanted him to say I'm Funshine Bear. I think he said I was, hold on, let me see. He just like randomly picked one too. It didn't really have much meaning behind it. I'm gonna refresh the chat because doing the thing. Care Bear names. Funshine, yes. Funshine is so cute. That's what I wanted him to say I was. Okay, let's look at the... Oh, God, it's like the size of a potato. Okay, what about this one? Friend Bear. I think he said I was the one with flowers. Yeah, he was like you would be Friend Bear with the one with the little flowers on the stomach. Daydream Bear. Ugh. So cute. Secret Bear. I think my favorite is probably Funshine or Cheer Bear. I saw a picture that was like talking about what your Myers-Briggs personality type is. I don't know if people are familiar in the chat are familiar with Myers-Briggs, but it's like 4-letter personality types. Some people are like, oh, it's pseudoscience, but then they like talk about astrology like it's real. Anyway, believe what you want. It's just silly. But I saw that for my Myers-Briggs personality type, they said that I was Cheer Bear because I'm an INFJ. We'll need to use a rock on the glass to give foil rough surface to adhere to, or use lead. No grinding necessary for lead. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Charlie, for giving those good answers while I'm talking about Care Bears. While I'm distracting myself with bears. Also, funny enough, there's another, like, there's so many different personality test things, but there's one called Enneagrams, and basically it like it puts you on like a number wheel basically, and I'm not as familiar with it as I am with Myers-Briggs, but I was like reading about it because I love reading about stuff like this. And I took the test, and I'm a 4, and then you can like type as other numbers as well, but like, yeah, Enneagrams. And so I'm a 4-wing 5, which means I'm like based in a 4. I'm sorry, a lot of people probably don't know what I'm talking about, but mine, a 4-wing 5. 4-wing 5 is it's like the name for it is the free spirit. And then I had Brian take it, and he's the individualist, and like it's just like it fits us so well. Like it's just like, and when you read like the job descriptions, it's like literally can only be self-employed. Yay! Other INFJs, hello! I just think it's fun. I think astrology is fun to talk about too. I don't actually hate it, but I'm just saying I've had people that are like, oh my god, you're a Scorpio, blah blah blah, or whatever, and then they're like, my ice breaks, it's fake. I'm just like, what do you mean? Teddygrams are delicious. You're an expensive spirit. What does that mean? What do you mean, Charlie? All right, we only have these little 3 tiny leaves to foil, and then we can go ahead and prep for soldering. Yay! I also witchcraft is fun. I was never into like astrology or like the zodiac stuff either, because I'm a Leo and I never felt like it fit me. I'm an anti-free spirit. What? Oh, I get it. I get it. I get what you mean. Hey, Words Guy, thank you for the diamond. Thank you, thank you. Also, soldering, yes, or soldering. I know it, like, it's like hearing me say soldering with my little American accent is probably like nails on a chalkboard to all of my international folks watching. So sorry. It's just how I was raised. Someone gave me grief for it on TikTok one time, and I was like, we say soldering, okay? How are you doing today, Words Guy? Welcome. What are you up to? Soldering. It's so lovely. I like how soldering sounds better. It sounds so posh. Soldering. That's how you say it. It's so bad. I'm just gonna put this extra solder in the trash. I'm going to put this solder in the rubbish bin. It's loud. I'm sorry. It scares me too. I could turn it down. I don't know why it's turned up so loud. Soldering. But, so it's actually really interesting. The southern accent, like the American southern accent, is the closest to a British accent. And I think that the way that soldering evolved is just from laziness. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna turn down. Let me turn down the notification volume. I think I can. Or I'll just turn them off. There we go. Your poor dog. Bless its heart. But yeah, like, instead of say, like, I kind of spoke it out in the when I was talking to myself in the car one day when I was driving somewhere. And I was like, why do we say soldering? Soldering. 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 Like, it makes sense that we just, like, soldering. Trust me, I used to, when I was stream exclusively on DLive, people would host me, and the quack, there's a quack sound for the host, it would, like, jar my soul. That was all of my clips on DLive was me getting scared. I don't know if those clips are still on there. I don't know. I haven't been, like, on the actual DLive website. Ruth and Warsh. Oh, they run from you. They run from you, Mags. I'll tell you what, I have at least one piece of every pattern just, like, runs away. At least my grandparents are from the Midwest, and they say like warsh, and they'll say instead of catty corner, they'll say kitty corner. Warsh from my mom, yeah. That's what my grandma says. I love it. What's the other thing they say? Cause they're like from farmland, Ohio. What's another Midwestern thing they say? Oil. 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 Making the flower powder I took from my shower curtain. Lasagna. It is. It's a silent L. Solder. Solder. Potato and tomato versus US versus British pronunciation is also different. It is. Oh my god. I called out my British friend one time because he was like, he said vitamin instead of a vitamin, like vitamin C. And I was like, stop. Why are you saying it like that? And he was like, vitamin. It's how you say it. And I was like, okay, how do you say vitality? And he was like, vitality. And I was like, all right, so you're objectively wrong. You can't say vitamin and vitality. It's not how it works. I joke. I joke. He was like, you say it wrong. You're not supposed to say vitamin. Vitamin. Vitality. Oh. I like saying it. Listen, Amy, we rag on each other all the time about he makes fun of my American accent, and then he'll go, oh my god, literally, and then I literally can't stop talking in a really bad British accent every time I talk to him. It's fantastic. For me. For me. Oh yes, that is a very southern way of saying it. I don't think I have many like ways of saying things that are like strange, but I don't know if I have an accent. I guess to someone I have an accent. Oh yeah, it's real fun. Had a British guy move to California. We asked him to do an American accent, and he said, howdy, y'all. It isn't the oil and gas industry. It's oil. It's so fun to say. Howdy, y'all. I mean, that's like, it's the same thing, you know, like when I talk about doing a British accent, like I say like, we'll say, like, excuse me, sir, shine your shoes for tuppence. Like, say like that. The first time I met my British friend, he was working on his game, and there's a stained glass window. I'm sure I've already told this like a million times. And I was like, oh, stained glass. I love stained glass, because like obviously this is what I was doing, and that's how we met and like started talking. And then like I make fun of myself all the time now, and I'm like, excuse me, sir, that's some beautiful stained glass you're working on. Excuse me, sir. He was the one who told me about tuppence, though, and I can't stop saying tuppence. Shine your shoes for tuppence. Clean your chimney for tuppence. Alright. Let me burnish this little guy's head a little bit more. You may not shine my shoes. Excuse me. Oh, my voice is not 100% enough for me to be doing this. Tuppence. No, tuppence. Like 2 pence. Tuppence. some say next door instead of next door. It's like the same thing.
Shiny shoes for tuppence, sir.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite.
Tuppence, 2 pence.
I know. It's worth dying for, Amy. It's always worth dying for. Okay, but I love how British people call a garbage can that goes on the curb a wheelie bin. Charlie. A wheelie bin. What's the other thing? I always say that rubbish is a better word than trash. Trash. Rubbish. Oh god, it just sounds so posh. I love it. Rubbish. There's a lot of words. He's always like, why do you always do a British accent? And I'm like, because I wish I had a British accent, my dude. Actually, I wish I had an Australian accent. Australian accents are my favorite. Yeah, I'm like, yes, I just don't want a boring American accent anymore. Tired of it. Tired of it. Alright. Let's prep for soldering. You do have a British accent when you fake it. I know, I can. Okay, listen. I'm gonna call myself out real quick here, but I unabashedly, I'm not ashamed to admit that my internal dialogue, if I'm alone, it's just out. Like, I just talk to myself. I just talk out loud when I'm like in here by myself. And it's probably gotten worse because I stream. I talk to myself in an Australian accent all the time. Crikey. Oh my god, all the time. Alright. It's so bad. So this is, I still have to clean these, but this is the little pink. Unapologetically, there we go, thank you. Love your strawberries and your hearts, thank you so much. But yeah, so here's one. It's a little pink with the little sparkles and all that stuff. I did a little bit of decorative soldering. I have to go to dinner, lovely, but have an amazing stream and Ornor. Bye, Amy. Thank you for stopping by. Enjoy your din-dins. And I'll catch you later. Crikey. Yeah, here's the other one. This is going to be the one that's available, or one of the ones available on the 18th, and this one's going to be available this Friday. So, for the Valentine's update. Mini update, I should say. Where can I put this? Put you in there. Or nor. Bye. All right, I want to solder the pink one first, so we're gonna set up this little pink BB. This little pink BB. International multi-personality disorder. Oh yes, this is lead came, Dan. I wish mine looked that nice, but no, that's lead came. I cheated. There we go. Also, thank you for calling me out, Charlie. I could have lied and said I was just that good. I wouldn't do that, though. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. D-Live gets to see I'm on the front page with my StrawBEARies. Oh my god. Let's get you real close down here. My goodness. There we go. Tee-hee. The voice is always greener in another country, except Scottish, German, and other parts. I would love to know German. I've always wanted to learn German. I think it's a cool sounding language. I also think Russian. I think Russian sounds awesome. Do you solder tin your wire before you make the loops? I order mine pre-tinned, so neither. Neither. There's only one answer. Never mind. Lead came is very fun, and it makes you look like you have more skills than you do. Alright, I think that's a good little hat for him. Alright, so we're gonna get our glovies, and we're going to get a mask. A mask for our faces. Where's my mask? I'm getting a new one. This one's nasty. I learned German from Hogan's Heroes. I wish I could learn German. I'm like really bad at learning languages though, so I just like don't even bother. Alright, so we're gonna get all of my makeup off of my face. With our little duck mask. I'm also not wearing glasses, so we're gonna wear our goggles. Cue the claustrophobia starting now. Fantastic. Okay, and then my iron. Great. His little hat. Oh, gosh. My gloves, which are too small for me, but it's fine. I seriously cannot talk to you. I cannot express enough how excited I am to get this arm filled out with another tattoo, with more tattoos. I'm so excited. I'm gonna say it forever. I learned to see nothing from Hogan's Heroes. I haven't, like, I've heard of that before, but I don't know anything about it. So I don't know what you guys are talking about. Which is pretty common for talking about stuff, about, like, shows. I'm always just like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. What do you mean? Alright, that looks good. I'm gonna bring our iron over. We need our sponge. I'm just like so out of the loop. Alright. There's that. Now, I want to get a nice configuration for these strawberry leaves. I think... yeah, I put this one here. Like this. This one goes here. I think that's kind of cute. What? Is this a cartoon? What is this? I don't know what it is. Sorry, this is like the one thing I'm never good at talking about. I'm sorry. Do we like how the hat looks? Gotta go. Thanks for doing the strawberry piece. Okay, Words Guy, thank you so much for stopping in. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And I'm glad you liked the strawberry. Yes, okay, I like this better. This is what we're gonna stick with. There we go. Man, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this silver. I actually think the copper would look so much cuter. I feel like the silver just like makes it... like the copper, it would be way, way, way cuter. I guess I don't really have to decide right now, but I was pretty set on just keeping it silver, but we might have to change it to copper. About prisoners of war camp during World War II. Funny side of war not usually taken. Mostly how easy it was to fool them. Propaganda. Ah, I see. Copper, copper, alright. Looks like I'm doing copper then. Yeah, I really like the warmth that it adds. I agree with you, Caitlin. What temperature do you solder at? I basically always keep my iron at 410. Very, very rarely do I ever venture above 410, and usually I get frustrated at 460, so 410 is my go-to. But I work with 60/40 solder, so I don't really have to go any higher. I could, but I don't really feel like it's necessary. Oh my god, that would be an amazing shirt. Iron on 410, life on 420. Question for you. I use liquid flux and notice you use gel. What are the advantages or pros of using gel versus liquid? I can't really honestly give you a good answer. I've never used liquid flux before. From everything I've heard about liquid versus gel, liquid is kind of frustrating to work with as far as it like... I know that people complain about it like running a lot and like getting everywhere and yeah, that sort of thing. So gel like stays where you put it. That's basically the only input that I can give though, because like I said, I've only ever used gel flux. So I'm sorry that I can't give more of an answer. This is the cutest thing I've literally ever made in my entire life, and I will never make anything cuter. And that's that. Iron on 410, life on 420. That is the best thing I've ever read in my life. Because it's so specific. It's so oddly specific. Alright, I'm actually going to do the edges before I do the back. I'm going to change it up a little bit on you. Woo! Alright. Just gonna bead these edges real quick. Eight times out of 10, every time I work in my garage, there's always a bee that comes to my workbench and hangs out with me. I hear that's a good omen. Yesterday, I had the door to my shed open, and a giant hornet flew in. And the only reason I knew was because I took my headphones off, and I heard this, like, ominous, loud buzzing. And I looked up, biggest hornet I've ever seen in my life. And I just like left my shed for a while. It's like, can you leave? And then it flew out and I shut the door, slammed the door on him. But if it's a little honeybee, it is good luck. Little honeybee, coming to be your friend, keep you company. A little honeybee. Yeah, hornets, not cool. He was like scouting out my work area. I was like, go away. They do. They are dragons. Oh god, this is so hot. Like a beautiful flower. A beautiful flower. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry that I'm missing messages. Hi Rachel, I'm gonna try and repair my terribly oxidized and abused soldering tip today. Any suggestions or tips for me? I'm honestly, I feel like I keep getting questions that I don't know how to answer very well. I'm sorry. I'm honestly not really well versed in like taking care of my soldering iron. Look at it. There's a paste that I know you can buy to like re-tin it. From Heiko. Charlie, I feel like you probably have a really good answer for this. So if you do, please feel free to answer. Because otherwise, I mean, as per my understanding, I just like clean the tip whenever I am done soldering. Like I just wipe it on my little sponge and then move on my merry way. I'm terrible, I know, I'm sorry. Just replace it. You know, I've never been stung by a wasp or a hornet or a bee before, but I'm so scared of them that I like run away from them every time. Because I don't know if I'm allergic, but I feel like I would be. Feels like something I'd be allergic to. Alright, we're gonna have to wait for him to cool a little bit before we can go around the edges of the hat. Retinner, nice. Sand it with 180 grit, then apply flux and retin with solder. Yeah, like the technical stuff about actually taking care of my equipment I'm really bad at it. I will admit it. I'm horrible at maintaining my equipment. Oh, look at him. But I've had my irons for so long and I haven't really done anything, so. Oh, so nice outside. Use the solder on it. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Alright. Like that. And then you like this. think that's pretty cute. I was looking at a block of sal ammoniac for upkeep and experience with that stuff. I think I have some of it, but the warning on it scared me so badly that I still haven't tried it. Like, I ordered some. I've taken to backhanding large bees. That's what Brian does, Jupiter. Brian will, like, fight bees for me. Not honeybees, but, like, wasps. I have so many videos of him, of him boxing wasps for me. There's a video I have too. I absolutely hate dragonflies. Like, they just freak me out. Because they're sentient. Like, they fly right at my height, my eye level. This is one of my favorite chat groups, live streams to hang out in. Yay! Thank you, Sarah. I'm so glad you like it. But I just don't like dragonflies. I know they're good for the environment. They like eat little bugs and stuff, but they freak me out, and they know that I freak out because they like fly right here. And there was one day, there was like just hundreds of dragonflies in our front yard. And I have this video of Brian standing outside in the driveway because I was in the car. And he was standing in the driveway just punching in the general direction of dragonflies. He didn't get any of them because they're so fast. And he was just like punching and swinging. It was so funny. Are those StrawBEARies? Yes, they are. Ooh, we just did this one. Yeah, I don't know why. Dragonflies just freak me out. I don't like them. It's not logical. It's just because they're like big flying creepy things. They're like aliens. Thank you. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Urban pheasant. I use my block, I'm just gonna say block, when I first start my project since my tips can sometimes get a little oxidation on it. Shatter that like button. Really good, just got back to the shop after lap swim, ready to make some headies. What? What does that mean? Headies? Oh, nice. Functional glass. Oh, real, the cool version of glasswork. Not the old lady version. Functional? You've piqued Charlie's interest. I do appreciate me some functional glass, I'll tell you what. He matches the mushroom. Look, it looks like, oh, he's like walking in a little mushroom forest. Look at him. Or we could put him up here too. Eee! Look at him, he's walking amongst the mushrooms. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you like them. I've been freaking out over this little guy. He's so cute. I just want to scream. Stained glass. It's not just for old people. You got that right, sir. I think that the reason why people are getting back into stained glass is the same reason why people are like moving out into the middle of nowhere and starting homesteads. Like, I think people are tired of being like really easily distracted, and they're tired of like just constantly getting bombarded with like information, and they want to like try to get back to that like doing things that take a long time route, you know? Does that make sense? Because I think like for me, I'm like so tired of like I don't really like social media, and I don't really like just constantly new shows all the time, new this, new that. Like, it's just, there's so much like media overload. And yeah, I think that's like what's really causing people to want to like kind of live a more simple life. And I think that's what I'm getting at, is like stained glass is a way to like have something where you're not playing into that like short attention span way of living, where you like watch a 30-second TikTok video and watch a 10-second YouTube short. Returning to the roots of craft. Well, yeah, that too, Jupiter, but I think that there's like the cottagecore movement, how like all these people are obsessed with like going and living in the woods and just like being this like really simple, like foraging for stuff. You know, I think it's just part of that. Bartering, trading, energy work, and medicinal healers. Old school artisans. Yes! Researching herbal medicine is something very, very high on my list of to-dos. I have an herbal medicine book that I just haven't torn into yet. I think it's cool. Oh, he's cute too. Oh, he's hot. Alright, this one's cooled down a little bit, so we're gonna let this one cool down a tiny itty bitty bit. He's looking real cool. I already love the red one a whole lot, but this one has my heart. I always say like, oh, I want to make myself one, and then I never will. I'll never make myself a strawberry bear. I think it kind of like, it almost like loses its appeal to own stuff like this when you can just make it whenever you want. I would much rather make this and just like send it off into the world and know that someone else appreciates it than keep it for myself or make my own. Hi. I miss strawberry bears. Strawberry bears. Ooh, look at you.
Very nice out.
Don't attempt the mushroom foraging. It might be the last you eat. I'm not really into the idea of foraging for mushrooms until I like read a lot about it. Eye of the Newt. You like him?
Yeah. It's very nice.
Thank you.
I saw him last night.
I know, but now he's complete, and he's soldered, and now he's even cuter.
Very nice.
Very nice. Strawberry nice. No, it is way too like stagnant in here for that.
Uh,
It's just like, it's like opening the portal to heaven when the door is open. So
nice up.
it's beautiful, but it's just really bright. And hornets like to fly in here. Not right now, but they will. They sure will.
StrawBEARies. Look at these homies.
Look at the heinies! Huh. Do you have any recommendations for working with cold glass? Does it need to be room temp to work with besides soldering? Not sure, however, it's been cold here. My building is minimally insulated. I personally don't really change the temperature unless I'm going to be soldering. Like, before I soldered the Monstera leaves this morning, because it was really cold in here, I had my toaster oven on, and I had them sitting on top. Because I was baking this glass for these strawberries, and then basically I just like heated the glass a little bit so it doesn't get that like super cold shock of being like, because it was like in the 40s in here last night, so the glass was super cold. I heard from other people that glass like breaks more strangely at cold temperatures. I've never experienced that before, but if it's like super cold, like it doesn't get like below freezing here all the time. If you're experiencing that, then it might behoove you to warm it up more. But if you don't have problems, then I don't think it matters. Well, I just like don't want to, I didn't want to get a heat fracture. That's like my worst, that would have been the worst for those little Monstera leaves. Or basically anything I do now that has a lot of like painted details in it. Like it's just way more effort, so.
Bye.
Hi, bye.
Mm.
I used the space heater to bring up the heat. My workbench in the basement was 60 degrees last night. My nose is itchy. My nose rings are all weird. Big fun. Yes, he made an appearance, but he left because I'm busy soldering. I'm gonna fix this little part on his little leg here. A seed starting reviving. Trust me, when it starts getting hot here again, I'm gonna be wearing muscle shirts too. Oh, see, now I went and did it. I started messing with it, and now I gotta fix the whole thing. Alright, there we go. Yeah, we're both gonna be sleeveless. It's gonna be great. I'll show off my orcish man shoulders. I'll get thousands upon thousands of views, donations. Give the people what they want. I need to fix my nose jewelry. It is so far into my nose right now. It is killing me. Hold on, y'all. Ugh. Alright, new gloves. I need to put my gloves on. I got chills just reading your idea. It is so hot. Oh my god, why is the heater on? I never turned the heater off. That's why it's like 1,000,000 degrees in here. Stand by. Brain poking jewelry, it is. Ew! Ew, it's Bean! Bean! I've never showed you on stream before. Ew! This is my dog Bean. I don't have a way to rotate my camera enough. Oh gosh darn it. You can kind of see her in the bottom camera. She's good. She's a little bit more nervous than Evan is. Go on. Try a pot roast bone in the nose. I'll keep that in mind for my next jewelry purchase, Jupiter. I think that'll look beautiful. Bean! Hi! Beanie! Hi, Bean! It's like, leave me alone. I want to hunt lizards. Alright, let's keep going. We just have to do the edges, and then we need to put the jump rings on, and then these little strawberries will be done. Frozen iguanas made our oh my god, I know. I like said that as a joke, but like literally when it gets cold here, everyone's like, the falling iguanas, oh my god. It's like, I know, it's cold. Who cares? It's like literally the only thing that they knew, the only thing they had. They're just like, the iguanas are falling. Good lord. So predictable. The iguanas. Oh, I made his little toes too long. Ugh. Let's round him out. Precious. Precious. Oh, it's so hot. So toasty. I just put 90% of my pattern backwards on my glass. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Put them in Walmart. Yeah, there was a lizard in here today that was on the floor of my shed that was just like paralyzed. My cat was obliviously walking over it because she's like old and doesn't know what anything is anymore. And he like could barely move, so I put him out in the sun. I'm sure he got eaten by a bird or something, but bless his heart, I tried. No, I know. It's like, I knew that they were gonna do that. I knew that the news was gonna be like, look, we have iguanas and people on meth here. It's like our Florida's biggest claim to fame is like hurricanes, meth heads, and falling iguanas. Alright, let's see. Let's clean up the little strawberry hat. Hello, Reptile Wrangler! We were just talking about iguanas! I'm also thinking too, like I extra don't care about them falling out of trees anymore because they're invasive. Now that I know they're invasive. Who cares about the stupid invasive iguanas? How to shape it without grinder. There are grinding stones you can get. Circle of Life. I saw a video of a lady who freed her pet squirrel. A hawk swooped in and got him. No! Oh, bless that squirrel's heart. Alright. I think I normally use tiny jump rings. Yes. So I use... Alright, well, if you don't mind them being here, then warm up the iguanas as you wish. Oh, Grayson! Bless his heart. I'm sure he's a nice iguana. You're welcome. I don't know exactly what the grinding stone is. Like, I haven't actually seen one before, but I know that there's glass artists that use it. I just recommend getting a grinder because it's going to make your life a million times easier. But sometimes you can't find them. Alright, so we have our jump rings. That one's a little ugly, so we'll just hide it behind the strawberry hat. Alright, we'll do the red one first. Okay, cool. You can see what I'm doing. He's basically a dog. That's so interesting. I've heard of people having iguanas like that, and they're like dog-like. That's so cool. He just hangs out with you. That's like, see, because we had a turtle. I think I talked about this already, so I'm sorry to be repetitive, but we had a turtle and he was just the worst pet. It was a little baby red-eared slider that got dropped onto our driveway by a bird. And Brian was like, I want to keep it. So we kept it, and that thing sucked. All it wanted was food, and if you didn't give it food, it was just like, no, I don't want to be around you, and it would run away. And like Brian would take him outside all the time, like walk around with him, and it just wasn't a very good pet. But then I see like videos of iguanas like being called over and like coming when they're called, like dogs. Where do I want to put the... Oh, we'll put this one here. Like this. Like so. Yeah, I'm not a huge reptile person either. I don't blame you. I actually don't like how the ring is right there. We're gonna move it. Looks bad. It looks bad. I'm gonna put it right behind his back leaf. Like right here. Normally I put it right here, but I can't really do that. Try here maybe. Hi Robin, how's it going? Welcome. Thank you so much. Yeah, he seriously worked with Mikey all the time, and it just like he never really trusted us, I guess. I had a ball python. It wasn't my thing. I'm gonna refresh the chat because it's doing the thing where it doesn't scroll. I think that works. I think that works. Alright, now I can see the chat again. Great. Jennifer, thank you so much for subscribing. If you're watching, if not, I guess it doesn't matter because you didn't hear me anyway. Also, I usually no. I usually try to avoid talking, me personally, I don't care what y'all talk about in the chat, to a certain degree, but I won't like say, I won't like, talk about like political things too much in my stream. So if I ever say so, if anyone ever says something and then I just don't address it at all, it's usually because I'm just trying to like kind of not talk about anything that could be potentially inflammatory. Not because I'm ignoring you, but because I try to make the best decisions for my little business. Yeah, it works. This works. Maybe, okay, so maybe Mikey was just, he was just an introverted turtle. He was just a wild thing, too. Like, he's literally just like this baby turtle that got dumped onto our driveway. Okay. Our little... Yeah, I think so too. I just like sometimes people say stuff and I don't say anything and I don't want them to think that I'm being rude. I just like, I try to keep my personal opinions to a minimum about certain things. Just cause I want to. Yeah, we have some pleasant folks, I'll tell you what. And I'm all about free speech, and as long as you're being nice to people, that's all I care about. Just be nice, teehee. I've never really stopped to think about whether a reptile had a personality like that. Pretty interesting and cool. Yeah, there's a video that I saw of this guy who had a crocodile that was like shot in the head when it was young, and he like rehabbed it. He did come out of his shell, but not too much. Not too much. But yeah, he like had this crocodile that he like would swim with. You can find it online, videos of it on YouTube and stuff. And like, it's like this like 18-foot crocodile that he just like swims with. And like, they think that when it was shot in the head, it like kept it alive, but like exploded the part of its brain that's like predatory. So kind of cool. It's your party. You can chat on what you want to. No, I know. I'm just like, I just want to address that and make sure people don't think I'm ignoring them. All right, I think these strawberries are done. Let me make sure all his little feet are good. Ooh, his little hat has this like lump on it. Let's smooth that out. Perfect. I get in enough trouble with one wife. If she had sisters, I would never get married. Yeah, Nenu, so I don't remember if you were here when we were talking about this. I don't think so. But they were talking about it being cold here, and Charlie was like, Brian's gonna need a brother husband, and I was like, I really don't want a lot of dudes. I don't want more than one dude like running around and making our trailer messy. So I was like, we'd have to have some sister wives, because then at least they'd be like cleaning and stuff. Alright, oh my gosh, let me move the camera, and of course I'm just joking, I don't actually want that. So here's our strawberry. Eee! Our red strawberry. Look how pretty he is. Ooh. And then we have our pink one. Looks like a little pink milkshake. I just love it. Oh, but yeah, oh my gosh, we finished just in time too. It's 2:04. Bless your hearts for hanging out with me. I'm gonna take my glovies off. And my mask. I can breathe. Alright, we're gonna find someone on Twitch to raid. And so for those who are on YouTube who don't know what that means, basically I'm just sending my Twitch viewers somewhere else because I'm ending a stream. I sound so much more nasally now. Who do we want to raid? I hope Buttery is streaming right now. I want to raid him. Oh, he is! Yes! Yes! We are raiding Buttery! Ooh, Ace is streaming too. Let's stream. Buttery is so fun, so we'll do Buttery this time. Have you ever used Sign Painter's enamel like one shot? I know they used that to paint office windows and things like that. It's been fun. See you next time. Thank you so much for hanging out, Sarah. I cannot get my channel to open to save my life. Stand by. Decimate that like button. Alright, so we're gonna raid Buttery Smooth. Buttery is really fun, so y'all are gonna love him if you don't already know him. Alright, so Twitch people, thank you for hanging out. I'm gonna raid now. And then for my YouTube people, thank you so much for hanging out and making these StrawBEARies with us. And I will see you probably... I'm gonna have to cut out the Thursday stream. Whoops. I'm gonna have to cut out the Thursday stream, but I'll keep y'all updated. So,